Well, hello, you are hiking with Jenny. This is day 4 on the Foothills Trail. This is my last day. Just camped at a spot about 11 miles from the state park where I parked. Slept pretty well. It did get pretty cold last night though. My thermometer says it got down to 39, which is colder than I expected it to be, so it was really stretching my 40-degree system to the very limit. But I stayed warm enough. I kind of like slept in a little ball in my hammock as I usually do, so getting I guess a typical start for me, which is right about 9 a.m. Wanted to get going earlier, but took me a little while to get going this morning because it was so cold. So I remember this first part of the trail being easy, so I should be able to make pretty good time getting back to my car. Really looking forward to drying everything out because last night helped. Things got a little drier, but there's some things like my tarp that are still pretty damp because of the dew and everything. Well, woke up, it's pretty foggy this morning. It's really misty. Had some weird dreams last night. Do you ever get weird dreams when you're sleeping outside? It doesn't usually happen for me, but last night it did. I had a dream that there was a psychic, but they were telling us everything that we already knew. Probably because they didn't realize that we already knew them. I guess that makes them a good psychic if they tell you things that you already know to be true, but there's no way they could know them. I don't know. Because it was a very specific thing. It wasn't just like, oh, I see someone in your life beginning with the letter K, you know, because that could be like anything. I don't know, that was a really random thought. I'm probably gonna cut that. Well, I've got some quiet time. I wanted to give an update about my backpack. I was checking again about pack sizing. I had gone to Gossamer Gear's website. I think this was like when I was looking to sell my Mariposa. And after I had gotten back from my trip and I was trying to like kind of declutter. And I saw the range for a size small. And it was smaller than I remembered it being. And I don't think it's that they changed it. I don't know what happened because I clearly remember measuring my torso at one point and it was 17 inches. And that was beyond the small. It was in the medium category. So I'm not sure why I bought a small. It makes no sense. So I've always just assumed I was small since then, including when I bought this backpack. But that could explain a lot of the shoulder pain I've been having with like pretty much every backpack I've owned, because I think they were too small for me. The good thing about this backpack that I have is it's adjustable, so you can adjust the torso length. And I didn't have it on the longest setting. It was like the second to longest. So I adjusted it so now it's on the longest setting and it feels better. So I think that's what it was. I think this whole time I've actually been a medium, but I've been wearing a size small. And that's caused so many issues. When I think back to like all the pain I had on my shoulders during my thru hike, wow, I wonder if I could have like completed the trail faster if I didn't have that. Of course, there's no use in wondering now, but I feel like I can cover more ground since my shoulders aren't like in so much pain. I don't have to take as many breaks and all that. I showed this waterfall on day 1 and it was barely a trickle. Now, looks like an actual waterfall. Pretty cool. I guess that's one benefit to doing the yo-yo, is kind of seeing how things can change. I'm still 3.5 miles from the finish, but I decided I was going to stop and make myself a hot lunch since it's right about almost, well, 1:45 right now. So I'm having a mushroom risotto from Good to Go. And I'm going to add some more Parmesan cheese to it. Oh, this is the one that needs salt too. Whatever, I'm not digging through my bag to get my salt. But, yeah, I just need a little bit of pick-me-up and then I can finish the rest of this trail. Salt really would have made this better, but it's not bad. The cheese helps. While I'm on this last little climb, just wanted to sum up this trip. Despite the rain, I actually really enjoyed this trail. I felt like for the most part it's pretty cruisy. I think well built. I did run across some blowdowns, but that's to be expected with all the storms we've had in this area. The waterfalls are really nice to see. I would definitely come back and do the part that I had to skip, maybe on a better weather window. It was really nice seeing fresh grounds again and reminiscing and seeing some familiar faces. Got to meet Stick the Eagle, and he was super excited to see the delight the delight on his face to see me, and then hearing Fresh Grounds talk about it too was it was funny. But that was really cool. Apparently they had both waited for me, like just for me to come to that fish hatchery. So that was really special. And I really appreciated that. So all in all, it was a good trip. Didn't get too wet. I am glad to be finishing today though and have, some time to just relax before flying home tomorrow. Definitely recommend the Foothills Trail. Did it. Back at the western terminus. Still have to do the road walk back to my car though, because I am not parked here. So I think that's going to wrap up this video series. Thank you for watching and happy trails. I am officially retiring these shoes. These were the 3rd pair of shoes that I wore on the Appalachian Trail. I got them in the town near Delaware Water Gap in Pennsylvania, and I hiked with them through the rocks of New Jersey, through New York, Connecticut, and entering New England, Massachusetts, and Vermont. And I only replaced them once I got to my beloved state of New Hampshire. And the only reason I replaced them at that time was because I wanted a fresh pair to get me through the most challenging section of the trail. After I finished my hike, my final pair was in worse shape than these, so I kept these and I kept wearing these on the hikes I did afterward. And they're just finally, I think, ready for retirement. I noticed some foot pain on this trail. It's usually a telltale sign that it's time to replace the shoes. I already have a new pair of shoes, but I was still wearing these and I wanted to give them a final send-off. So I thought Foothills Trail was the proper time to give these shoes a proper send-off and thank them for their service to me during some of my most important hiking adventures. So thank you, shoes,
for your service.